Hello, welcome to the Field of Streams, where every week I, your host, Janeen McCrae, read a short piece of my writing to you so that you don't have to. Isn't that special? Now, before I read each piece of writing, I like to give a little background on where the inspiration for it came from. I like to, I want to, and so I will. Here goes. Confession. I am a headline hoarder. I think I might have actually spoken about that before. I write down potential headlines that I may use in the future so that I don't forget them. I collect them all, usually in the Notes app, but you can find them in notebooks going back a great many years. Most of these potential headlines never get used, but they're kind of the ones you think of when you're out, doing something else, like you're not at work, and it's like, oh, that'd be a good headline sometime. The headline Adventure Capitalist was one I thought might work for an adventure/bikepacking thing. In that particular sense, Adventure Capitalist would be someone who could capitalise on opportunities to get out and go on cycling adventures. Adventure! With this gear, on this bike. Ka-ching. Yada yada. Isn't advertising fun? So I wrote that headline in a note 7 years ago and never used it. Interestingly, or not, depending on what you think of video games, there is also a video game called Adventure Capitalist, but that really is more about making money in a game. You start with a lemonade stand and go from there. Adventure! Fun fact, there was a spin-off game called Adventure Communist. This is all ancillary information. Let's get back to the inspiration. When I found that Adventure Capitalist potential future headline in my notes recently, I had just watched an interview where someone mentioned Mark Cuban, a well-known venture capitalist. That was the spark. It got me to thinking, which is a very dangerous area for my brain to be. A venture capitalist sees potential in a startup and provides seed money to get that thing off the ground, with the hope of one day seeing a return on that investment. But what if you, human you, what if you and your soul and morals and ethics and way of being, what if you were the startup? What if you applied that same concept of seed money, of investing, of reaping rewards over time, into your life, investing in yourself? Not so much in chasing literal adventures, though that's definitely part of it, but more in the idea of being adventurous in your choices, of backing yourself in risky ventures. I mean, you get it. Plant the seed of investment in yourself by taking chances, by being adventurous. And even though you know there's a risk of failure, nurturing the seed and growing yourself over the course of your life. As I say in the piece, all profit, no loss. And that's what this is about. Okay, that's enough setup. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Sit back, relax, and allow me to read to you a piece of my writing called How to Plant, Nurture, and Grow an Adventure Capitalist. Cup your palm. Examine your petite prize as it idles, quiet within the scribbles of your palmar creases. Small as a grain of rice, delicate as a silkworm, it is warm and pulsing, eager to be planted. It cannot wait to begin the journey. This precious thing wants nothing more than to sprout and stretch and grow in all directions along your expectant timeline, mapping the intricate lines and setting down its fresh and vibrant runners upon this landscape. To hike, climb, jump, and explore. To tickle at the insides and the outs. To find the you of you. This mysterious, shelled thing. For some time you have felt the pull of it at the threads of your jumper, heard its call from some distant cupboard or lockbox at the back of your curious brain, echoing through corridors and eaves, swirling in the emptiness. Call, response. You followed the sound with eyes closed, a warmth in your heart as the call intensified. Caught in an inquisitive slipstream, your consciousness flowed on, down hallways and through thought doors, pausing momentarily in forgotten rooms of memory and regret before moving on and on and on. You found it on a small metallic tray, nestled like some tiny tick of brain jewellery in amongst your precious mind trinkets. The first kisses, the blue ribbons, the faces of been and gones. It is a jewel, this grain, this precious pit, this germ of a notion. Cup your palm. Examine your petite prize. This is going to take you places. Into the world, out past the edges of your consciousness and beyond the realm of your dreams. This seed, your adventure capitalist seed. The investment begins now. Your first challenge will be first sprout, the initial twist and burst of momentum that sets you onto the path of achieving the desired outcome of adventure capitalism, soul profiting from a life lived with curiosity. First sprout, also known as first curiosity, is the exploratory spurt of a what's out there seedling, setting in motion a long life filled with the need to strike out, to form new pathways, and to explore the world and all the people in it. To get things going, one suggestion is to find some fresh brain soil for your adventure capitalist seed. This soil should be rich with the minerals of possibility, the phosphorus of pioneering, the carbon of creation, the oxygen of openness, just to name a few. It should be noted, if one is using brain soil, the soil must contain the nitrogen of nerve, else you risk the chance of your tall seedling sprouting with no courage component. To balance your soil, fear iron and cautionary calcium should also be sprinkled liberally with the nitrogen. Don't have soil? Water works. All you really need is water. As the liquid of your incubation seeps in, through soils or in a dish or whatever, your germination will be mere moments away. Plant that seed. Lay it on some damp cotton balls. Place your investment on the windowsill, though again, light is not essential since some of the best adventure potatoes begin life in the dark, and stand back. Grow that investment. Warmth and moisture, looking out and in, incubation, germination, growth, taking root, branching out, thriving. These are just words and phrases. They are also the logical parameters and phases on which to trellis your adventure capitalist plan. ROI Prospectus Summary. 1. Adventurous spirit. 2. Curious mind. 3. A lush and fertile life. These are all measurable upon the doorjamb of life, but for now, the seed, the adventure capitalist seed. The seed knows all it needs to know to kick this off. Plumule and radical, aching to burst forth from the nutrient of you, to break through your shell and strike out and out and out into the world. Incubation leads to germination, leads to excitation, leads to growth. Start up, little start up. Push through hesitation and doubt. We welcome this golden era, the rise of the seedling, stretching its roots and first leaves in the best directions, sprouting the new sprout of the newly staked adventure capitalist. What about food? What does the adventure capitalist seed eat? That's inside of you. Or at least, it will be if you feed your seed correctly. Books, thoughts, conversations, relationships, life, landscape, experience. Consume them all at the early stages of growth, and the late stages, and the middle stages, at all stages. Growth never stops. it must continue to be fed. From seed to stalk to towering adventure tree, eat everything. Seek out the same and seek out the different and seek out the confusing and seek out the self. Dissect ugliness and swim laps in beauty. Sit quietly and listen loudly and stride flat and lie long. Act on and be acted upon by others. Eat. The morals and ethics and thought structures of your root system, the flexing of your branches and opening of your leaves, all are enriched and strengthened by the cuisines found on your adventure, served up by menu mentors. Adventure is generated by being in the world and with the world and of the world and all who are in it. In and out, we are all breathing. A word of warning. Someone will ask you at some point, where did you find that adventure capitalist seed? You sure as hell didn't get it from me or your father. Or words to that effect. You must not question the arrival of your seed, nor its appearance when it comes to you. You are under no obligation to justify the existence of this seed. Many will not understand how you came to find a seed. Many will not find one. Nor agree with your growth strategies. You may, in their eyes, begin to grow away. When you answer this question, your answer must be rooted in love. As an adventure capitalist, you have but one duty, to your growth. There are no shareholders, there is only you. Tend to yourself. Ward off spiritual blight. Be not root nor pot bound. Protect yourself from the diseases of soul that so easily decimate the potential ROI of an adventure capitalist. All is invested. All is investment in you. Be warm in your heart, in your blood, in your countenance. Growth is an uncertain bet. Because of this, all adventure capitalists are gamblers, taking a risk on themselves, on life, and on finding meaning throughout. You are unproven in this endeavour. You may experience a high rate of failure. Wealth, when it comes, is cashed out in the next life, at your exit from the investment plan. You will not see how successful you are in the eyes of others. You will not hear your own eulogy. A life lived, a world explored. When the tree falls, you will not hear it. Did it all pan out? Did your leaves turn brown? Did you overwater or underfeed your life? You will never know. Look in your hand. There it is. The promise of growth, the promise of the twisting of branches, the sinking of roots, the seeking of the air and the earth and the touching at the edges. Plant that thing. Partner with and invest in yourself. Build that equity in your very soul with a stake in your life and the outcome. Live your life at scale as an adventure capitalist. All profit, no loss. And it all starts with this seed. And there you have it, today's episode. This podcast is me reading my own creative writing pieces from my newsletter, which you can sign up for at janeenmccrae.substack.com. I write them as an exercise in idea generation and to keep my brain agile and my writing muscles pumped. What are you doing to exercise your creative side? And are you sharing it with the world? You should share it. Speaking of sharing, if you enjoy this podcast, please share it with someone. It's one of the easiest things you can do to support what I'm doing. And for now, I'll leave you with this. Love what you love, and I'll see you out there making stuff.